Hello, this is Pastor Simon Kande from Nairobi Baptist Church. We continue on with the devotion from the book of Philippians, the exposition of the book of Philippians that we have been going through. And today we focus on chapter 2 of Philippians, chapter 2 from verse 3 to verse 4. Allow me to read so that we can just hear what the Lord has for us today from that portion of text. Chapter 2 of Philippians from verse 3 to 4, it says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility consider others better than yourselves. Each of you should look not only into your interests, but also the interests of others." We live in a very competitive world that is governed by ideologies like postmodernism and accumulation of wealth. And though all those ideologies are centered on self, that's why you hear words like self-satisfaction, self-gratification, and people talking about myself, me, and everything is about self. And this portion of text from the book of Philippians, Paul gives a rather difficult request that we need to recenter ourselves. We need to think about the ambitions we have and the interests that we have. And he argues that we need to have a countercultural attitude as we go through life and as we engage on ambitions that we have in life. And as the Bible has said, as the portions that we have read, that he's arguing that we need to dethrone or remove self from the center of the ambitions that we have, from the interests that we have and the relations that we have with other people. And one wonders, why is Paul putting such a rather difficult admonition to a Christian today who lives in a fast-paced world that requires that we focus on self? Paul borrows from the character and the life of Christ, where we know that Christ gave his life in his ambition to save and redeem human race. He considered humankind first than himself. He considered our value first. And that's why Paul comes forth and argues that we need to consider others first before ourselves. And you know that following Christ means doing as Christ did. And that's why Paul puts this forth. I don't think Paul is arguing that we should not be ambitious. But what Paul is rebuking, or what Paul is arguing, is that our ambitions should not be centered on self or should not be selfish. But also we need to consider other people better than ourselves. Consider a world where the leaders or those in authority are putting the interests of others first, and their ambitions are not about self. For sure, if that was to happen, this country will not be amongst the unequal countries in the world. Or Nairobi will be different, where the gap between the rich and the poor will be less, because leaders will be thinking about others first than themselves. The same would happen if church leaders or all Christians were to think of others better than themselves. The conflicts we see in families or in churches or in workplace, the rivalries we see in workplace will not be there if we were to obey what Paul is saying. Each one of you should look at the interest of others first, and also in humility we need to consider others better than ourselves. This is rather a difficult text, but it's doable. If Jesus did it at the cross and he gave his life for ourselves, he gave his life for us, then we can do it. We have to check those motives and inner desires that keep pushing us to put ourselves first, so that we work on them and keep thinking of others far better than ourselves. And that's a call that we see in the book of Philippians chapter 2 from verse 3 to verse 4. And Paul knows that we can do it. And that's why he told the church in Philippians, he's telling us today. And it's something that each person needs to keep working on. And we can be like Christ because he did it for us. Therefore, we can also be able to consider others first and put their interests first in all humility, as these verses admonish us. Thank you and God bless you.